Welcome, guys, to the watch along of the British Grand Prix. Now, just 12 minutes to go. This is set to be a good one, I think. Feeling positive. We've got a good grit set. Welcome, guys. Primcat, Kimmy, pedal to the metal, pedals. Welcome. We've already got the predictions in. Podiums. We're looking at an Antonelli Russell Verstappen from you, Primcat. I don't think Verstappen agrees with you. Kimmy, Charles, and Max. Hamilton, Norris, Hadjar. That's a brave on pedals. Max, apparently there's some issue with Max. I've not followed it exactly. They've not really shown much of it. A lot of what I've seen anyway. Apparently was potentially looking to start from pit lane, but he's starting from the grid. And he said, if you had a choice, what would you do? And he said, I'd rather do something else, which isn't promising for Max fans. Not what you want to hear before a wheel's even turned. We've not had lights out yet, but it's Max. Let's hope he can come up with something. Why not? Exactly, pedals. Go with the craziest. We've got nothing to lose, haven't we? Go with the craziest predictions we can. Lance Stroll is starting from the back of the grid. He's had a new engine, so a 10-place grid penalty for him. So he moves behind Fernando Alonso on the grid, starting last. Not sure that'll make a huge difference. Probably just seeing some issues on the engine, so at least they can get some mileage in. Pierre Gasly got a 3-place grid penalty for impeding. I think it was of Liam Lawson. When I watched it, and I've seen it sort of when it happened, he did stay very left, but that is the point where you want to turn in from. So did compromise. I think it was Liam Lawson. So a P15 start for him. He was splitting the Audis, and that makes his quest for points even more difficult for Pierre Gasly. So P15 for him in the end. We've seen the Arvid Lindblad, Oscar Piastri unsafe release in qualifying. That was a $5,000 fine for the team. So no sporting penalty, thankfully, for him. I think that's probably the right way to go on team incidents when they happen, rather than a sporting slap on the wrist. But we've got 52 laps to go. Interesting strategy options, potentially. Watch out for anybody that starts on the hards. They're probably wishing for a safety car. Let's see how that goes. I think everybody up at the front end, at least top 10, apart from potentially Hadjar and Max, will probably on the mediums. It's a medium hard strategy. The mediums lasted really well, especially on the Mercedes. We've seen Kimi Antonelli do 17 laps on the sprint on the mediums and then do fastest lap of the race on the final run or just before the final run. So the tyres are going to last. That's not going to be the problem around this circuit. So in terms of strategy options, we can see someone go in for a surprise and start on the hards and then run it as long as they can in the hope potentially for a safety car. And that will be, if that lands for you, you give yourself more options with the hards. You just get stuck if you get an early safety car if you go on that, because you're damned if you pit and damned if you don't pit in both senses. So an early safety car on the hards really kills you. But something later on in the race, puts you in a really strong position, and then you're on the faster medium tires where everybody's on the hards. Weather conditions is not as hot as potentially expected. Meant to be hotter here in the UK today than what we've seen all week, getting warmer tomorrow, but it's not too bad track temperature wise. So I don't think that'll play a huge part in the race. but it did for Max, didn't it? He was graining on his tyres in the sprint. One of the few cars at the top in the sprint that was graining. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with him. We had some good performances in qualifying yesterday. Isaac Hadjar beating Max Verstappen. We don't see that very often. It's the third time he's out-qualified Max Verstappen this season. So he's obviously performing really well. We'll see how that works out for him in the long run. I'll keep messing around in the screens. Like that. But yeah, Isaac Hadjar out-qualified Max Verstappen. Third time he's done that this season, but he was faster than him every qualifying session, Q1, Q2, and Q3. So it wasn't just luck. Have you seen, actually, going like completely off random, the footage of the onboard of Lance Stroll in the sprint? Understeer is understeer in that Aston Martin. When you watch that, doing the rounds on X or Twitter, whatever you like to call it nowadays, it was bad. Like, I've not seen it. It was almost like you're playing a game on levels of understeer. The steering angles he put in through fast corners just to get that car moving was absolutely horrendous. And then I kind of felt, when you see that and you think how shocking that car is, for all the beatdown that we've seen on I've been giving on Lance Stroll, I feel like a little bit harsh doing that. Beat down on the team, I think that's fair game. They produced an absolute stinker of a car. Beating down on the drivers, I did kind of feel a little bit sorry for Stroll in particular. I don't think Fernando gets the harsh treatment Lance Stroll does. But interestingly enough, I actually felt really bad for Lance Stroll. Just watch it on Twitter. Yeah, I call it Twitter as well, Kimmy. It's really, really interesting to watch. I was surprised at the level of bad that car is. When we've heard it's been poor, but just that sort of couple of corners that you see on that car, it really drives it home. So it was a pretty interesting watch. We've got the tyres up, and according to the F1 live timings, it's showing that everybody's on mediums. We've seen that wrong before, so we'll see on the formation lap really who's doing what when it comes to tyre choices. But at the moment, it looks like everybody's on a medium tyre, which I was surprised. If I was Ferrari, I'd potentially consider splitting one. I know it means you're under pressure in the first couple of laps on the hard tyres, especially at the start. And so is it that consideration that they're doing? Because as we've seen yesterday in the sprint, if you get stuck in the squabble, you comfortably lose 4 or 5 seconds pretty quickly to the guys up ahead that are not fighting. And that was the case for both Lewis and Kimi. They didn't really have much of a fight. They didn't lose time. And suddenly they were 6-7 seconds ahead of Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, all 6-7 Charles Leclerc. They did lose a good heap of time battling early. Will we see different strategies from them in the race? Because it's a longer way to go. Do you want to lose that amount of time in battles early doors? I guess it depends who you are, isn't it? If you're someone like Max Verstappen, and with his mentality going into this race, by the sounds of it, is like, got nothing to lose, go for absolutely everything. George Russell is the one, really. He will be most disappointed with his final qualifying run because he's put himself in a position again where he's going to be in the middle of that battle. And so we'll see how that pans out for him. He, again, can't afford to lose a huge heap of time to the fighting a Charles Leclerc or or even Lewis Hamilton, and then Kimi just runs away, or a Kimi and a Ferrari run away. Because really, If he gets second place, I think he'll be fairly happy with that damage limitation. If he gets a first and a third, I don't think he'd be most disappointed. It squares off with the Austria result, with Max splitting the two Mercedes there. So George Russell, he's got the most to lose, and he's really put himself in a difficult situation with a poor qualifying yesterday, especially when it comes to championship talk. And generally, he's not gone well around Silverstone as they start going through the grid. Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso at the back, Perez, Colapinto coming up on screens if you want to start to sync with this watch along or just enjoy the chat. Either way, however, makes you happy. But we'll do a formation lap start. So, I mean, we've already done the grid, haven't we? Have I? I think I've done the grid. I'm pretty sure I did. Ish. We don't need to do the grid. Well, get in chat if you want to do the grid. But anywho. So, interesting race ahead. Interesting with the battle for the points is going to be between, looks like the two Audis and the two Racing Bulls, as literally they just pop up on screen. So, will be interesting to see how they do. I think that'd be a nice battle to watch, apart from everybody else. Where are you? I'm Manchester, UK based, but we're on now on Charles Leclerc, Antonelli just flashing up, and they're gone off screen now. We are 3 lights that I can just see from the helicopter shot there on the grid. So what's that? 3 minutes before formation laps start, according to my stream. We've got a Red Bull on the jacks, and now they moved across to the green Aston Martin McLaren. That car definitely looks white in the light. I don't know if it's the sun shining on it. And I've tried to check that McLaren out a few times. I genuinely thought it was a matte chrome. It genuinely looks white to me now, which I'll be a little bit disappointed by. I kind of hoping it was a matte chrome. The Aston Martin McLaren for this weekend. We've got a few Aston Martin sort of cars looking, aren't we? So Kimi Antonelli on screen now. So big day for him. This kid has just been absolutely phenomenal. There's no two ways about it. And the baby goat, as I'm going to go and refer to him from now on, he's been absolutely class. A little bit different to Piastri. Piastri looked phenomenal as well, wasn't we? We were waxing lyrical about Oscar up till about the same time last year for about 15 races, weren't we? But Kimi just seems to be slightly different. Maybe just because he just looks like that little baby assassin face that he's got. It's just, but Oscar's class. So I'm not sure why I'm downing one or the other, but let's hope it doesn't become like that, and we can see the Oscar that we saw last season back. He's not liked these cars yet, has he? Oscar Piastri was better in the race last time out in Austria. Today he starts a couple of places behind. The McLarens will be one to watch off the start. They had rocket ships, formation lap go now, and they had absolutely rocket ships off the start, the two McLarens, so watch out for them. I think Max will be looking in the mirrors. They've not had good starts. They had a poor start again in the sprint. That's something that they've not managed to get on top of. We've seen that we've got an Alpine that's not moving. It's gone now. And then we've got a Haas, and then the two Cadillacs, another Alpine, and then the two Aston Martins. Looked like we had one at the back struggling, but no. Fastest pit stop, 2 seconds for Ferrari. Ferrari have upped their game in a lot of areas, haven't they? Since last season, this season. Been impressive, actually. I know they've get a lot of hate and the whole strategy clown stuff, but they've worked on stuff in the background, and it is showing now. Ferrari were never, ever, or close to being fastest pit stop guys. That was Red Bull who absolutely mastered it, and then McLaren took that title, and it's Ferrari at the moment. Let's go, Hamilton. Clean first corners. It's not. I'm on formation like yet. Pedals. I don't know if your stream is. Well, it's 3 minutes past 3, so my stream is definitely slow. I imagine we should be near lights out. Let's see. My this. I keep getting this the wrong way. It's not changed on the timing screen on here. Yeah, Hamilton. I think everybody just wants a clean first corner, isn't it? This is a track you don't want to lose out. I think any track, do you? Nobody wants to lose out or clip a front wing in the first couple of corners. Crucial for Lewis, I think, will be passing Charles Leclerc. That will be a big one for him. So let's see how he gets on from there. They're just coming round the final corner now. I'm 20 seconds behind live to sync. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got Fernando Alonso. He's not even going to make the start. He's going again. Thank God for that. I mean, he's got a battery in there, so they can actually now restart the cars, can't they? One of the good things about a battery, isn't it? Is he doing Brad Pitt there, isn't he? Is it, what's his? I can't remember Brad Pitt's name. He's warming his tyres and he's going to have extra hot rubber for the start. Watch Fernando Alonso fly now from this start because, you know, he's got the warm tyres. We've seen the F1 movie. If you've not seen the F1 movie, that's something to go and watch. He's in the pits. Is he going to do a pit lane start or not start? Not great for Fernando Alonso. We've got one Aston Martin. Yellow, green flag at the back. We are getting ready. Green lights, engines up. This is the start. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5 lights. Yesterday we see Kimi get away well. Lights out. Charles Leclerc, he's got a good start. Antonelli's not got a good start. Swamped by the 2 Ferraris. Charles leads. Lewis Hamilton around the outside of Kimi Antonelli. Brilliant start from the 2 Ferraris. Absolutely perfect. George Russell coming under pressure by a Red Bull. He's got to be careful of the Red Bull. You don't want to get tagged there, go for a spin. That could cost him. But Isaac Hadjar, I think that is all over the back of George Russell. The Red Bulls have got a good start. George Russell, Kimi Antonelli. George trying around the outside of Kimi there. That'll be brave. Can't afford any contact there. Did Kimi? Oh, we've got a spin in the background. We've got cars tagged. Come on, Charles. What a start to the Grand Prix for him. And Lewis, perfect. A Ferrari 1-2. We've got I think that's Hadjar all over the back of George Russell. Come on, Isaac. Verstappen away well. He's ahead of Norris, who's dropped back. Oscar Piastri's way down 19th. Was he caught up in a tag somewhere because he's dropped? P20 is at the moment. And Ollie Berman. There was a Haas spinning off in the background. We've got Piastri, you think he's got damage is coming up. Nico Hulkenberg is dropping places like a fly as well. Shaw leads, Lewis leads, Antonelli, Russell, Hadjar, Verstappen. It's a line astern at the moment. Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. And then we've got Lando Norris dropped a position to Max. Nice to see the Red Bulls actually get a good start. Kimi now broken away a little bit from Antonelli at the start of lap 2. Russell all over the back of Isaac. Isaac's got to make the move here. He's going. Russell going really strong defensive. It's going to be brave around the outside on George there. Alex Albon all the way down. He's on hards. Alex Albon. We have front wing damage for Oscar as well. Box is going to come out last, isn't he? Isaac all over the back. Still all over the back of George Russell. We've got a yellow flag. It's gone, thankfully. It's not going to be a long yellow flag, that one. Perfect for Charles at the moment. Lewis still just about in the overtake zone. Antonelli in the overtake zone of Lewis Hamilton. George Russell a little bit back then. We kind of want Hadjar to pass Russell, don't we, really? Make it a bit more tougher for George if you're not a George fan and you want Antonelli to win his title. Let's see. Almost a Noah's Ark for the whole field. Almost. We did. It was the Oscar Piastri that ruined it for the McLaren, didn't it? It would have been P8 and we would have got a Lindblad. Albon dropped. We've got Sainz has had a great start. Up 4 places. P10 in the points of him. Verstappen. Friendly fire on the inside of Isaac Hadjar. They don't want to squabble away too much, the pair of them, but they are fighting. It's not going to be... Isaac's not letting Max just get away with that one, is it? That was a proper battle on-field pass. We've got 2 Red Bulls actually battling with each other. Last time we've seen this was an absolute age away, isn't it? Max has got someone to battle with. But they can't afford to do this for too long because they're going to let George off the hook. He's about 1.3 ahead now of the 2 Red Bull. Hadjar all over the backs of Verstappen. But it settles down a little bit at the front. Leclerc now breaks the 1 second gap to Lewis Hamilton. Antonelli still within that overtake zone of Lewis. I think Ferrari, if they're going to do it, they need to work together, isn't it? Leclerc help Hamilton with the overtake, and that will help keep Antonelli back because individually he'll pick them both off. That's something that the Ferrari kind of really need to work with. Albon Behrman under investigation. They both hit each other, haven't they? They both dropped places. Ollie's down 17th at the moment. Lewis has now got the overtake on Charles. He needed that to keep Antonelli back. At the moment, it's the 2 Ferraris with Antonelli making a break from George Russell. Russell about a 10th off. 2 tenths off the pace of Kimi Antonelli on that last time. Both Ferraris in the 33s, a 33.7 fastest lap of the race for Charles Leclerc. Kimi Antonelli, a 34.3. So Ferraris have got a good pace early doors. Can they keep it up? Will be the big question. Yeah, I think so. I agree with you on that one, Primcat. Isaac looking quick. He has been quick so far this weekend. Can he keep it up? He's still within the overtake zone of Max Verstappen. Within that second gap, Norris now closing up on the 2 Red Bulls. Max now about close to 2 seconds back of George Russell. That little fight with Hadjar is give Russell the breather that he really needs, doesn't he? And will he be happier, George, just sat here kind of a little bit further out of the dirty air and protect his tyres a little bit more than the guys ahead? Will it help him later on? That'll be something to watch. It's nice to see Charles back up there, isn't it? He's got good pace, good race pace from him as well. The last thing he needed was a repeat of Austria where he's performed well and then Hamilton got him at the start and he disappeared. There was no race pace from Charles Leclerc. He's been much happier. Right now, perfect scenario for Ferrari. 1-2. Up ahead, they can play strategy games now from here. they can cover a Mercedes and do something different with the other Ferrari, whichever option they choose. And this is where Ferrari, if they use strategy well, can really. He has to beat Hammer or be demoted to number 2. That's a harsh call, that, isn't it, Kimmy? Oh, it'll be a very harsh call. I mean, as much as that would make sense in a championship like Red Bull did with Max last year, it was different with Max. Oh, close, as Lando Norris looked like he's broke a bit of a wing. As they show the replay of the start, as Norris got a little bit of wing damage there. Alex Albon, oh, he just drifted out, didn't he? Clipped the outside of Ollie Berman. 10-second penalty for Alex on that one, causing a collision. He lost control a bit there, didn't he? It must be so hard because once you get under DTR, you're just washing away. Huge damage on Oscar Piastri's front wing. That was a definite pit stop for Oscar on that one, wasn't it? Lewis now dropping back from Charles Leclerc. 1.7 the gap now. Great lap from Leclerc. Lewis, false start potentially. Something to watch out for there. That's not good, is it? As he jumped start. Let's bloody hope not. We are on plan B for Bravo. Charles Leclerc's told. Let's hope there's no penalty for Lewis Hamilton lurking overhead. That's going to cost him. Lewis, yeah, dropping two seconds back. Apparently a jump start for Lewis Primcat. Or moving before the lights. Yeah, Hamilton. Yeah, going back to that, Kimmy, I think it'll be a big call for Ferrari to demote Charles to a number 2 when you've just given him a new contract and he's your man going forward. And it's going to be very, very hard for any team boss to say you're now going to be playing second fiddle to a man who might be on his way out. Apparently, rumors, though, he has signed for 27. Not official confirmation yet. Yeah, pretty slam dunk on that. We'll find out pretty quickly. It either is or it isn't it? There's no grey area on that one. Although we did see some of the incidents or the penalties, especially the Gasly one, that was done so early. Like, he could have been given that penalty ages ago. No replay on that, as Kimi is now closing on Lewis. Lewis' place has dropped. Under investigation now, Lewis. I reckon they'll go with momentum with Hammer if Charles doesn't keep up now. Yeah. I imagine. Tough call either way, though, that one, Kimi, I think. Either way. I think when it moves, 5-second time penalty for Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, it was always false start moving before signal. That's a bit of a harsh one. That could put a podium under threat for him because you can't afford to lose 5 seconds. You might have a good car, but that's going to put him under threat with George Russell, that, isn't it? Absolutely not what he needed. And he seems to be dropping off the pace a little now. Charles doing 34.3s, Lewis 34.6 at the moment. Oh, he didn't stopped. That's a little bit harsh, and I've watched that again, and he moved, stopped before the red went, and then he went. Unless he'd gone past the white line then, and he's out of the box, then fair play. 5 seconds, that's really harsh, that. It's not really a false start because you're still stopped before. He's not generally just gone. If you're moving, If he just carried on moving there, I'd understand that. But Lewis was dead still before lights went out. Just a false start, they've called it, not a jump. But I can understand that if he's out of his box then. But we didn't get to see that angle, so it's going to be what it is on that one. It is the smallest possible penalty, and probably why, because he's generally stopped. Yo, Archives, welcome back. Where are you watching from today? Did you get the iPhone fixed? iPad, laptop, whatever you're doing? Not in the Apple Store today, are you, Archives? Welcome. Yo, beard guy. I was actually going to call myself something with the beard on the F1 beard. It just came from my daughter, the F1 guy. But there we go. It's home. Sadly, it's unfixable. I have an old phone now. Oh, time for a new one then, isn't it, at some point? My phone's the same at the moment. It just seems to, the battery disappears as we've got the battery of Kimi Antonelli being pressed hard as he really homed in on Lewis Hamilton. Then lap 9. It was lap 8 where he made the pass on Lewis in the sprint. Russell, check gearbox, very odd downshift. Not what you want there. Charles going well, isn't he? Another 0.6 on Lewis, 3.2. Charles in a 34.4. Lewis that time a 35 flat. Antonelli a 35.9. 34.9, sorry. 35.0 for Russell. Everybody else is doing low to mid 35s. I mean, Max Verstappen doing low 35s, and then Hadjar at 35.5 that time around. He's dropped back 2.6. Hadjar to Verstappen. Yeah, absolutely. I think you got a phone. That's better than no phone. And actually, some of the old phones you think nowadays would probably be better. The amount of time I waste doom scrolling is unreal. My prediction, Leclerc, Antonelli, Russell. 2 people are going to crash or DNF. I think you've got the DNF one. We've had 5 or 6 DNFs pretty much every Grand Prix, haven't we? Which it's a bet between a Cadillac and the Aston Martin of who goes first, isn't it, really? Get that in the comments. Who's dropping first? A Cadillac or an Aston Martin? Leclerc is looking strong. We've seen Lewis at times harder on his tyres, hasn't he? We've seen it in Monaco, and that's why I think was a big surprise in Barcelona, where in the hotter conditions he kept the tyres and just had the performance. I don't know if it was just the sweet setup that he had on there, because you can see the back end of his car now. Lewis sliding all over the place. This is the moment. It's coming now. It's going to be, I'll be surprised if Lewis can keep Antonelli back. It's like turn 15 where Lewis said that the Mercedes just had the power where he tried for it and there was just nothing there in his car. So we'll watch if they've made some sort of change of play on battery mapping. Antonelli's coming. He's right under pressure now. Oh, he's made it on the inside. Through goes Antonelli. It was over. It was done. It was coming. Kimi Antonelli up into second place. The kid is on fire at the moment. He's now going to be on the charge. Got a 4-second gap to Charles Leclerc. Let's see what laps he can pump in this time round. Charles doing 34, mid 34s. Lewis and everybody else doing mid 35s. So we'll see how that one goes around. Cadillac, I used to be in 2012, like ride or crash on Aston, but now that's now Cadillac. Yeah, nice. It was there, wasn't it? Mazza spin. Have you seen Nicholas Latifi doing the DJ decks? He's no longer spinning on track. He's spinning tracks now. He was DJing at Silverstone this weekend. Nicholas Latifi. He's give up the steering wheel for decks. Already a few laps now. I haven't said anything, but the stats are so shit. Really bad downshifts on the Red Bull. That's been a problem for even when they were dominating, didn't he? Absolutely hated the downshifts. Yeah, Latifi always spinning. It's now Stroll spin. The goat of DJ in F1, yeah. He's made it back. Latifi is still around. Antonelli that time around, similar lap times to Charles Leclerc. Charles a tenth faster, 34.3 for him, 34.4 for Kimi Antonelli. So good pace in the Ferrari. Lewis is still within the second gap of that's just the benefit of the overtake and meaning he can hang on a little bit. They've got to be careful not to just pit early, but can that be tyres? Or is that just a quick Kimi? The gap 3 seconds, Russell to Lewis. Lewis needs to try and build that gap to at least 5, isn't it? Because he's going to have to take his penalty in the pits. It'd be hopeful for a safety car pits, Lewis, really, isn't it? You need to just manage these and go really long. Who was the worst of all time? I think it's got to be Mazepin for me. That American guy was pretty bad. Scott something, rings a bell. Is it Scott something? Logan Sargent? Yeah, he was pretty poor as well. I don't know if it was a toss-up between him and Mazepin. Sargolt. I'm going to give it to Mazepin, in my opinion. I just didn't like anything about him. And he wasn't great at all, was he? Scott Speed, that's the one. He wasn't particularly great. He was in the Red Bull not for very long, was he? And that's when they tried to get in the American audience, where the F1 was huge on that, weren't they? That was their whole aim of life and surviving F1 was trying to get into F1, and they absolutely killed themselves in the foot with the 8-car start in Indianapolis. That's a one way to destroy any reputation in front of the US fans. And obviously, Scott Speed was another one to try and get a US audience in. I don't think he ever had the speed in the ever archives on that one. Forget left. Antonelli dropping back a little bit more. 4.5 seconds gap to Charles Leclerc. Charles got a good pace. It obviously helps he's had clear air, but so has Lewis, to be fair. He wasn't exactly losing a load of time under the gearbox of Charles Leclerc. I don't know where Lewis's pace sort of disappeared to. He was coming back a little bit. He's 3/10 slower that time of the two ahead of him. Russell is still 3/10 slower than Lewis Hamilton. He wasn't rating his chances, George Russell, sort of complaining that we're losing time on the straights to the guys around him. Looking back, Max Verstappen, a second in the overtake zone of George Russell. Come on, Max. 0.4, we're not showing it on screen. We've got a Norris-Hadjar battle at the moment, but I think they need to switch to Russell and Max. 0.5 second it is at the moment. I know Norris is the Brit here, but there's another Brit under attack, I guess, if that's the way you want to show it. But show Max. Max is the man when it overtakes. He's the man you want to be watching. De Vries is doing WEC, isn't he, at the moment? Or at least I'm sure I've seen him in a 24 hour somewhere. I thought it was Le Mans. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Just catching this chat. Yeah, Nick De Vries is racing in WEC. The World Endurance Championship, Nick De Vries. He was in F1, yeah. Is he doing FE as well? Oh, he probably. I'm pretty sure, though, I've seen him in, don't know which car. Potentially a Toyota in the World Endurance Championship at Le Mans. Worth a check. Stroll's been shy everywhere. Dream track to go to. It was the Nordschleife, and I've done it once in my life and I'd like to do it again. I did it in a Toyota Yaris of all cars, 4 doors. Me and my brother and 2 cousins. Absolutely. Dream come true. Brown, cold brown a few times, especially when my brother was driving. Absolutely brilliant, that track. The other track that I'd love to go on is Monza, but only just because I'd need all the Italian fans and all the Ferrari flags flying around everywhere to enjoy it. You can just celebrate me driving around in any car they like. Who have you got? Dream tracks? Get in the comments. Another one is Sao Paulo. Just being in the footsteps of Senna. Three of the best tracks, I think, in my opinion. Nordschleife, Monza, Sao Paulo, and I don't know if it's in that order, but they're all there. I love Spa as well as a track. Absolutely love Spa. 4 tracks. Hard to pick. Old Hockenheim. Oh, that was a good one, that one, Kimmy. I still remember Rubens Barrichello winning that from 18th place in the rain. Was it his first win in Ferrari? Absolutely beautiful it was. He beat a Mercedes to the win in the end, wasn't it? Or McLaren, not Mercedes. Better than the FA, as we say now. My dream track is 100% Nürburgring again. I've been to the museum into that. I think someone died because I saw an ambulance on the way back. It's a tough track, that one, isn't it? Also, Netherlands. I tell you what, I drove do the F1 racing on the sim, and the Netherlands track is so addictive as a circuit. Like the bankings and the way you drive that circuit is brilliant. Really fun to drive on a sim. Shame it's the last year there this year, isn't it? I like Mugello as well, and that's when Rossi used to win there in MotoGP. That's another one for me. TT Assen is maybe joining the green. I mean, the schedule. Oh, Russell went on the inside. Max around the outside. George Russell got carried away talking about tracks. Almost missed that on circuit. Max Verstappen up into P4. We'll see if he's used his boost. Will George get him back? This is going to be a big straight for them. Perfect for Lewis in the sense of it's. He's going. Oh, Max slams that door shut. We've seen Lawson do that with Hadjar. Max straight in the pits. Box. Well, that's just cost Russell time, that hasn't it? Go on, Max. A nice chop, hard chop on George Russell. I was just saying, we've seen Lawson do that in Hadjar. He got away with just a bit of a telling off because he wasn't difference between harvesting and weren't quite sure where the braking part was, and it was hard to judge effectively. That's why Lawson got away with just a telling off. I think that should be the same as Max for that one. He comes out ahead of the 2 Racing Bulls His eyes nice and clean air. 11 good clean air for Max Verstappen. Russell was told to do whatever Max doesn't do. So will he pit next time around, George, now, or will he just run a few more laps? George struggling. He's doing 35 ones. Everybody else is... Charles Leclerc's pace has been very impressive. 34.5. Only that time around I've seen 34.3 or 34.2 from Kimi Antonelli. 3/10 he took out of Charles Leclerc, did Kimi that time around. Lewis 34.8, and then George Russell 35.1. So Lewis is... He needs the gap, doesn't he? It's 4 seconds now to George Russell. So what does Lewis do? He's got a 5-second penalty that he needs to eat up. That puts him right back in the mix with the battle with Max and George, doesn't it? Max with the undercut. But he's got 33 laps to do on these hards. These mediums have done mediums. We've seen them do 17 pretty comfortably yesterday. Antonelli now picking up the pace a little bit that time around, a 34.2. Leclerc 34.6. Is Antonelli now getting ready for a box? Ted saying Max's pit 4 or 5 laps earlier than expected. It was around lap 2022. I mean, so it looks like it's only a couple of laps, really. Long final stint, the same for Max. It is a long final stint, but I mean, if I've missed that one, Primcat. I'm not sure of track temp. 42 degrees. It's just come up actually now on the F1 timing stuff. 42 degrees track temperature. So it is warm. But the pit window there, we've got to come up on screen. 24 to 35 on the mediums. Isaac Hadjar boxing as well, though. Lap 20. Let's see what Norris can do now. He needs to give it everything. Max fastest man on track, 33.5. So undercut worth a second a lap. I mean, that might be crucial for Lewis, potentially, especially with his battle with George. And taking that 5-second penalty. He's 4 seconds to... He's 4 seconds ahead of George Russell is Max Verstappen. We've got Isaac's come right out behind an Audi. Slow stop as well for Isaac. Not great. I mean, he needs to stay. He'll get rid of that Audi pretty quickly. Well, no, he's... No, is he? No, he's gone for the overtake. Audi closes in on him. Hadjar really needs to get ahead of Hadjar quick because he's got to absolutely maximize. There must be an outlap critical, especially considering Norris is running an extra lap. He should do it. Will Norris go long, though? That's the other option. Do they do another 3 or 4 laps? Kimi closing in on Charles Leclerc as well, though. Down 3.5 seconds. It's taken out a second in the last couple of laps. 3/10 in that last lap. Lewis did a 34.3 better lap. It's just showing that Russell has taken out the gap down from Russell to Hamilton is 3.6. It was at 4 seconds. So I don't know if Lewis has had a bad sector somewhere. Down 3.4 now. Russell to Hamilton. I don't know where his pace had. He had an off. Lewis, because if you look at the lap time, it was on the pace of George Russell. No. The Mercedes coming strong now. VSC, I've got come up. That's going to cost Max and Hadjar, isn't it? Both of pit, and everybody's going to get a free pit now. Let's hope Leclerc gets that. Perfect for Ferrari in the fact that, well, even for Mercedes, actually, because they can both double stack because of the gap to the cars behind. As they pit, Lewis has gone round the final corner. Will he get it? I don't know what the virtual safety car was for. It's not come up on screen, but it did come up on live timing, but not for very long, though. I don't know if anyone could have waited. I don't think anyone could have taken advantage of that. I didn't see any of the front runners take advantage of that VSC. Oh, just an umbrella. Umbrella on track. Oh, that's gone. Haas have tried it. Ocon in pit, VSC ending instantly. He gained He's gained a few seconds, I suppose, as Ocon, because he's Red Bull will be happy with that one. Umbrella on runoff area. It must be windy out there. Someone's lost their umbrella. The last thing we want is garden furniture on track. I've had that a few times on a train, to be fair. The train was delayed because of garden furniture on track. Leclerc, better lap time that round. He's I did a 43.9 and a 44.3 from Ant. Lewis, not happy with undertake. Car just won't turn. Lewis not happy on these. Gap now 4.7. Hadjar over the back of Lindblad. A huge gap of George's umbrella. Enjoy your Super Archives. Not for me. Hamilton pit. It's showing as Hamilton pit. Lap 24 on live timing. Hadjar all over the back of Lindblad. Gets the pass up into P8. Hamilton told box. He told straight back saying my tyres are still good. He was complaining of understate. Russell follows him in. Doing his penalty. He's behind George now. Slow stop for Lewis. It's always hard, I think, when you've got to take they take slightly longer on that. Antonelli now within 3 seconds of Charles Leclerc. Lewis serves penalty and behind George now. So it's a straight race between Lewis and Russell for third place by the looks of it. I mean, we've got Max in the outlap critical, pushed the outlap, Lewis told. I mean, we've still got Max Verstappen in the mint. in the mix, 4.8 ahead, Max Verstappen, but he's 6 laps older hards. Can he hold on to them now? He's got a long way to go, and they've been hard on the tyres, have the Red Bull. A 3-way fight. A lot of soup chat. I'm not a soup person, to be fair. Stay away from that stuff. Hospital food for me. That's what it reminds me of. Gasly battling ahead of Carlos Sainz. We've got Leclerc, Antonelli, Norris yet to pit. Lawson yet to pit. He's running P7. He's got Isaac Hadjar all over the back of him. We've then got Bortoletto in the last point position. If he pits, he looks like he'll come out ahead of Colapinto. He's got a huge gap behind him, 27 seconds. So the Audi of Bortoletto in the points. Leclerc box, lap 25. Bortoletto's done well, isn't he? He's net 10th place. Even if Colapinto, they need to pit soon though. He's 27-second lead ahead of Colapinto. And not great for Leclerc, is he? He's got a Albon and Williams in his way going into the pits. Antonelli, I'm pretty sure, will go another couple of laps. He likes to have the sort of fresher tyres, doesn't he? Quick stop, 2.4, nice stop for Ferrari, much needed. He'll have the fresher tyres, but you'll have the hunting of Antonelli later in the laps. He likes to have fresher tyres, doesn't he, towards the end? He likes the offset, does Kimi Antonelli. Alex Albon, yes, soft 3 stops. He's had 1, didn't he, at the start? Lewis, fastest man on track, 32.3. He's 4 tenths faster than George Russell. He's right within the overtake zone. Russell under pressure from the Ferraris. I mean, Russell's got to beat... I mean, if he gets beat by both Lewis and Max and finishes down in P6, that'll be a disappointment. I mean, Norris is gone 26 laps. He's still to pit. It's P3 at the moment. Going really long is Lando Norris. Will he be hunting down George Russell at the end? At the moment, there's a gap of... I mean, actually, no... Norris is only 7 seconds ahead of George Russell. Lewis told P6 fighting for the podium. He's in the overtake button now. Hadjar P7. 11 seconds behind Lewis. Lewis doesn't want to lose too much time fighting Russell, does he? He looks like the faster man at the moment. 2 tenths faster again that last time around, but they're both faster than Max. Max had a 34.0 that last time around. 1.2 seconds faster. The gap now, Russell to Verstappen, 1.3. I know we're talking there's 6-lap deficit, but that's not the pace. Max looked fairly feisty coming out on the hards. I agree with you on that one, Kimi. Antonelli, don't let other people undercut me. Told he's keeping an eye on it. Yeah, he doesn't want to come behind a Max Verstappen, does he, Kimi Antonelli? Yeah, they're getting close to that, aren't they, Archives? I agree. It is nearly, it's nearly Formula E. Not what we want. Lewis needs to kind of get George before George gets in this overtake of Verstappen, because it's just going to take him that little bit longer then, but he just can't seem to get close again. Oh, Russell has... Never mind. Russell is in the overtake of Max, so that's going to make it even harder for George, but it's going to get a three-way battle already for P4, net P3. Could this help Lando Norris when he comes in eventually? He's still going 27 laps. The McLaren's showing it's good on its tyres. It's been one of its highs all season, generally speaking. Norris pits now, lap 29. Let's see when Antonelli comes in. He's got 3 laps fresher tyres already than Charles Leclerc. How much of a benefit will that be? Charles is doing similar lap times to Kimi Antonelli. He just needs to manage these, doesn't he, really? Don't want to chew the best out of them yet. As long as you come out a decent gap ahead of Kimi Antonelli and don't have that threat. The problem is that you've got the threat now, haven't you, with if Kimi gets a cheap pit stop, VSC pit stop, then he's out ahead, and I think he runs away with it from there. Does Kimi Antonelli? I think this is where, if you're Charles, you're just praying Antonelli pits soon rather than later, or everybody just keeps it on track. No safety car or virtual safety car. He's still running. In the moment, he's going to come out still ahead of Max Verstappen and Lando Norris at the moment. We've got this 3-way battle. Max, Russell, Lewis, 3 in a row. Let's see. Max will be fighting with everything he's got. That's the way he goes racing. That's why we love him. It's going to come to a head soon. Lap 29. All 3 losing time, apart from Lewis did a 32.9 last time round. Actually, they're all holding each other up now, aren't they? Down the old pit straight, Lewis looks closer to Russell than Russell to Hamilton. Lewis is round the outside of cops on George Russell. He's not going to hang about there for very long. Russell's going to get back. Maggots, wheel to wheel, side by side, George and Lewis. Lewis stays and gets ahead of George. He's got to see what power has he got down the long straight. Russell straight back at him. Straight back at him with the overtake. Yes, that's the batteries. Worked for him. Did he use it at the wrong time there? Did Lewis potentially? Was it just to catch him out? It's given Verstappen a breather, hasn't it? But only, I mean, he's still not out. The overtake is still not out of the overtake, Max. Lewis's rear looked like it was sliding around a little bit there, though. He needs to be careful. He's got a long way still to go on these tyres, on the hards. I mean, a similar life on the tyres to George Russell. Better life than Max, and well, it's only a lap more older than Charles Leclerc, Lewis. But we've seen Charles in that early stint really manage their mediums really, really well. Lewis got straight back onto the back of Russell, isn't he, after that? We've not seen Russell close on Max yet. Norris makes a move on Hadjar. Looks like around the outside, as we've seen in the mini box. Lando Norris up to P6. He's going to be on the hunt now. Antonelli. Plan's looking good. They're saying go around one more time. They're looking for a big overcut, aren't they? They need to be wary they don't come out into this battle. Lewis throws a dummy to George Russell into club. Is it throwing him off? And Russell looks under pressure now. Lewis all over the back of him. Side by side nearly. Lewis tucking underneath George. Good exit from both. He's got the slipstream. George Russell goes defensive. The move is possible around the outside. Around the outside! I think it's going to be possible. He's made the move. Great pass. Up into P4. Can he make it stick? That's going to be the question. We've seen Russell come straight back. Did he use the energy or was that? Yes, Russell going around the inside is going to be vulnerable. George Russell gets it back. He's back in front. It's such a battle in the battery pack, isn't it? Great wheel to wheel. This is helping Max. I mean, Max is still in the DR in the battery zone, but I think the fact he hasn't used it to defend himself, he can use it to just do good laps. We've seen that with Kimi Antonelli, hasn't he? Where he's just used it as normal and just gone for the fastest lap rather than using it for. As soon as you start using it for defense and attack, that's where you get the yo-yoing effect with this battery, isn't it? Because there's not just enough extra power for this overtake. You use it, but it comes back and kicks you back somewhere, and that's why we're seeing this. Lewis second back now. He's still within the overtake zone of George Russell. Antonelli's still running. Lewis told, you're doing well. Be patient. It will happen. It's probably the right call from the engineer there, isn't it? That's a Bono type call to Antonelli that we've seen at the moment. Antonelli's still going. But it's worked for him at the moment, isn't it? He's comfortably coming out P2 because Verstappen and Russell and Hamilton are getting held up by this battle, aren't they? This is working perfect for Kimi Antonelli. It's probably why he can just keep going the extra lap. He's not going to worry about George on Max. Got close. We need to see now, isn't it, really, what Russell can do on Max. Max is driving brilliantly so far. I thought they'd either breeze up to him and just disappear him, but he's not at all. They've got into the overtake zone of Max Verstappen and he's kept him at bay for now. Lewis needs to be just a little bit patient here. This is the battle really for him. You don't want to let Lando Norris creep in, though. Norris is doing brilliant lap times. 33.1 that time around. 6/10 out on these guys ahead. He's got a 5-lap fresher tyres in these lot. And Norris was quick. Absolutely, Primcat. You can never count Max Verstappen out. Half a second gap. Gets away out the corners so well there, Max. Can we get any closing? Russell on radio. Puncture right rear. Got a puncture on the right rear for George Russell. It doesn't. You can't see it. It's gonna have to. He's going for a move on. Has Max got the puncher? He's going for the overtake with a puncture tyre as George Russell. He doesn't pit. What's happened there? That is confusing. There was a spark, though, as George went for the inside of Max there. Question that there is some delamination of the tyre there. Who's got the puncture? Well, they've gone back in the pits. They've seen something on the data there. What's happened? Keep me posted on pressures. Box this lap. So that's a strange kind of pull. We don't see that, do we, really? They just, these things, you get a small thing in the tyre, they just disappear, don't they? But he's still all over the back of Max Verstappen. I mean, he's got to be careful, George. It's risky, isn't it? When you've told you got a puncher, he's still braving it out with a battle with Max Verstappen. He's not lifting off. That's brave or stupid. I mean, it could just go at any time when you've been told that. I'm so surprised that they've not pit that last time around. I mean, had it gone and he was trying to get in the inside of Max there, it would have taken both out with a huge crash. So, crazy. George on the move on Max. This is scrape again. Used a lot of boost. He's ran Max wide. He goes into the pits. That's kind of helped Lewis, that really, hasn't he? What was he doing there, George? Is that just... did he use boost there and then he wanted that because it's going to give Lewis a sniff? This is a big chance for Lewis now. Had a drop in PSI not puncture. It must be, hasn't he? Because otherwise it makes no sense. We've seen Russell come on the radio. Oh my God, not great. Is now P6. We've got a great battle. Max and Lewis. It's a straight fight between the two again. Old championship rivals. With another Max and Lewis battle. Let's see. Let's see what George can do because he's got fresher tyres than now these guys ahead. And he's got to really put the pace in. 35 laps. Kimi Antonelli going to box now. He's got 12 seconds. He's 12 seconds ahead of Antonelli at the moment. He's going to come out, what, another 12 seconds back? Oh, they bought him already. He had to dodge. Looks like an Audi there coming into the pits. Kimi Antonelli as Lewis closing on Max. Who's going to go? No, not yet. Not yet. He's holding. Not yet. Kimi undertook an Audi in the pits, but it looked like he was slowing down or breaking down the Audi. Hopefully nothing comes of that for Kimi Antonelli. Comes out P2. He's got a 10-second gap to Max Verstappen. 7 seconds and 11 lap fresher tyres. Kimi Antonelli. Charles Leclerc, let's hope he's left some life in these tyres and they can hold on. Let's see what time he can do. George, it'll be interesting to see what laps George is pulling now. Fastest middle sector for George Russell. A second faster than both Norris, Hamilton, Verstappen. It's, well, let's see. 6.5 seconds that gap went down to in a couple of sectors from Kimi Antonelli to Charles Leclerc. Flipping it. 6.5 seconds the gap now. That's been a great stint from Kimi Antonelli. How has he just been so consistent? Incident involving car 63 and 3 noted. Turn 15. Is that where he almost ran him off wide? Makes sense. Lewis in the overtake still of Max. Max holding on brilliantly well. He's got 6 lap holder tyres than the Ferrari. Is Lewis just going to bide his time? But he's got to be careful. He's going to have a George Russell that's going to be flying and a McLaren that's been quick in Lando Norris. Lando Norris 4/10 faster than the two ahead of him. Antonelli told you've got a 10 lap tyre offset. This is looking good. Let's see what you've got, Charles. Welcome the clock. What's taken Lewis so long to get past Ver? Ver is Verstappen, that's why. You're right there, Archives. Sitting on the floor. Max is Max. That's what's happening on that one. The clock. Welcome to the chat. Defensive strategy from Max on the battery is, I think someone needs to write a essay on that, don't they? He's done a brilliant job. It just looked like he'd be a sitting duck, but he's managed it brilliantly well. Lap 37. Charles Leclerc gap to Antonelli 5.5. Lewis looking closer. He's going to go for a dive on the inside. No. Back. Close the door. Lewis round the defensive line from Verstappen, that line round. Slide a rear end out on the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. Down the pit straight. Track limits investigation for Stroll, but who cares about that right now? Lewis still offsetting the lines against Max. Max under pressure. Still using very good defensive lines. Max Verstappen. I think this is a part now. I think Lewis should have this. Needs to be not too greedy on the overtake button. Just use it enough. Max round the outside. Max Verstappen. But we know it's not done yet. Something to watch out for. Can he keep it? Max has dropped a little bit. 7/10. Max won't let him off easy, though. It's Max Verstappen. You can never count this guy out. Yellow flag. Oh, stop the car. We have an issue. Oh, Nico Hulkenberg. Such a shame. At the wall, the first DNF is an Audi, not an Aston Martin or a Cadillac. That's a surprise. The fact that both Cadillacs are still running an Aston Martin, credit to them. VSC. Box for Max Verstappen. Perfect. Ooh, I think Lewis has gone past it. Lewis has gone past it. That could help Max with fending off George. If he comes out ahead of George, this is going to be crucial now. He's on medium tyres as well. Nice cheap pit stop. This could be perfect for Max Verstappen. Norris pits as well. What does George do? George is on 4-lap old mediums. I'm not sure I'm surprised Norris pit. Is he just getting the fresher tyres? On Hadjar pits as well. Leclerc, radio. What's the plan? Told to stay out. I'm not so sure of that call. There is 13 laps to go. Antonelli is about 5 seconds back. I mean, I don't know. I think you pit and put mediums on Charles Leclerc and see what you've got. It's out of VSC's ended. We couldn't pit now. Let's go again. Oh. Max has come out 10 seconds back of Lewis Hamilton and he's on fresh mediums, the faster tyre. 12 laps to go and Lewis on 16-lap hards. Lewis now looking backwards. He's got a Max Verstappen on fresh mediums who's got a Russell on fresh-ish mediums. And we've got Norris on fresh mediums as well, and they're just a few, 4.5 seconds, just under 5 seconds from Russell to Verstappen. Fifth defense for Lance Stroll. Poor Lance. just read your message there, archives. Exactly. Poor Stroll. Have you seen the understeer on that car? I think that's harsh. I missed that one, Primcat. I'd like to watch that again. So he's playing down his 5-second penalty for Stroll. Sorry, Akon. You're on that, archives. Guess we're pushing right. Yep. Give it everything, Max. Podium on. He's a second, 1.6 faster that time around. Max Verstappen on Lewis Hamilton. He's got a 8-second gap to make up. You've got 11 laps, plenty of time. It's whether if you're pushing it full max, full beans, will they last? But I mean, they've only got to last 12 laps, and they were lasting. What we've seen, Kimi Antonelli did 35 laps. No further investigation. Russell and Verstappen turn 5 incident. They didn't really go into that too much, did they? This is going to be close with Max and Lewis at the end. Max on fresher tyres, Lewis on old hards. Antonelli. What's happened? 3.5. Showing that he's pit. What's happened to Kimi? What's happened to Kimi Antonelli? I've not seen it on screen yet, but he's pit. Second in. No, you're joking. Can't be. Antonelli team radio. Something's broken in the car. Oh, for fuck's sake. What you got to do, Kimi Antonelli? Shit. Oh. Any more info? He doesn't know. Did they just pit him and send him out? He said something broken. I don't know. They're putting a new nose on. Putting a new nose on, Kimi Antonelli. It's something like... Oh, he's going to be flying at the end. That's a freaking win for George, that, isn't it? He was getting... Oh, my God. Right now, we have a Ferrari 1-2. Can Lewis hold on for that? Lewis's pace was better, only 0.4 faster. Ferrari fan. Yep, I am. Are you? If Ferrari pulled this off, a Ferrari 1-2, I feel like shit for Kimi Antonelli, but... Oh, someone's going off in the background. Antonelli, what's his... Suspension's broken, he's saying. Surely they'd be able to see that. Mercedes is a new Ferrari idiots. Oh, man. Fax, it had to be Kimi as well, didn't it? He was flying today. We got robbed of a battle between Charles Leclerc and Kimi Antonelli, but Charles Leclerc won't care about that. He's looking set for victory is Kimi Antonelli, but for a safety car or something. Even then, if he pits, he's right behind Lewis. So he's almost got a free stop. Antonelli's carrying on. What is this? Well, he's looking for a point here, really, isn't he? He's got a gap of about him and P11 is 30 seconds. So what can he do? He's got 9 laps. Oh my God. Ferrari is a new McLaren. Hadjar passes Antonelli. Oh, I feel gutted. I'm a Ferrari fan. I should be absolutely buzzing. We're looking at a 1-2 right now. Max Verstappen. Lewis has put in. He's arrested the slide. Has Lewis? It was a what? Max came out as a 1.5 seconds a lap faster he was than Lewis, but it's now about 4/10. That's what he needs to do. Antonelli told us something fundamental. Oh, he's told to box. He's told to can drive and try and get 1 point. That's the way. That's the mentality you want, Kimmy. What a shit! So unlucky, Kimi Antonelli. He's been flying this weekend. Why not retire? Because there's a point on the card, I think, archives. Front left wheel shield failure. On the curb. The car is failing them. Ah. He's pit again. Can they fix it? Oh, they are trying to rip it off. Go. Where's he come out? 10th. He's got a gap. What can he do? Track limits. Kimi Antonelli black and white flags as well. He needs to just keep it on track, doesn't he? 10th place, and he's got... Oh, shit. He's just got a second ahead of Colapinto now because of that second stop. Charles Leclerc looking set for victory. 7 to go. If you watch a fan of Matt and P1, he'll be pretty buzzing with this, won't he? But will we get a Ferrari 1-2? Do we get team orders now? Hey, Kimmy, who do you switch? Do you give Lewis the win for the championship? What do you do? Box the car, he's told now. Again, DNF. It's yeah, he's got a second now. If he gets past Colapinto, makes sense. Told Box to retire. He's got 7 laps. If you can hold on for a point, he may as well just hold on until Colapinto. No team orders. Let them race, Kimmy. I thought you said we need to give Lewis preference here. He's the man for the championship. Antonelli told there's something. The wheels in the air. Box to retire. I mean, yeah, he's sitting duck, isn't he? Not kill yourself in a wall, Kimmy, where something fails. Second DNF for Kimi Antonelli in 3 weekends. What a kick in the teeth. He was flying, and a victory was set. He was down to about 3 seconds on Charles Leclerc. Yeah, well, that's the question now, isn't it, the clock? They've given Charles Leclerc a nice contract. That was my prediction. I prefer Charles over Lewis. Fair point, Kimmy, but if we're talking championship, what do you do? Do you give it to the man that's right in there, fighting? Antonelli's still fighting on. Where am I? Can I keep Colapinto back? Who's driver of the day? I'm going to give it to Charles Leclerc. Probably even Max Verstappen if he gets this podium, to be fair. Torn between the two. We're getting track limits for excursions as well, Kimi Antonelli. Max Verstappen. You'll get that archive. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Charles. I think he drove a brilliant race. It's a shame we didn't get to see manufacturing should not interfere with drivers. Nope, it doesn't. But, I mean, it's perfect for Ferrari either way. But do you give Lewis the advantage in the Drivers' Championship? This is where, if you don't call team orders, we might look back at this and say Lewis lost the championship because of these 7 points where you favour one man. And that's what Max Verstappen and Red Bull had. I mean, the difference was there was no competition. There wasn't a second driver up against Max. 5-second time penalty for Kimi. He might as well box and retire now. He's out of the points. That's perfect for George Russell, that, isn't it? These might be the 5 points, yeah, for Lewis. They've got to, if you're going to attack the best team with the 2 fastest cars, I was going to say the 2 best drivers. I don't think that's the case, but personal opinion, hate team orders with a passion. Fair. Yeah, don't. When did the championship on the line, though? Kimi's going for it. He's actually now built a gap to 3 seconds. If he gets a point here, Kimi Antonelli, I think I might just give him driver of the day. Second DF is Verstappen. What's happened? Oh, it's off. Max. He's off. What is going on? Can he get it out? Is he beached? What's happened there? Oh, safety car. Well, that's shafted Kimi Antonelli, hasn't it? He was going for his 5 seconds. I mean, if he needs to stay out, and can he make up places up ahead as everybody pits ahead of him? Hadjar pits. There's 4 laps to go. Leclerc should pit. That's a given. Does Lewis pit? Do we get a restart? That's going to be the question. We are just 3 to go. If you're Charles, you pit. I think you've got a big enough advantage to pit. If you're Lewis, do you pit? Because that's critical. Because will he get out of ahead of George Russell? I mean, it makes sense if you can get out ahead of George if you're Lewis. It's going to be close. Don't let Ferrari, just don't let fucking Russell in for a second now by pitting. You've fucking done it. Oh, jeez. For Leclerc, it makes sense. If you're Hamilton, I mean, I guess if you're Russell, you just do the opposite of Hamilton. Charles out. Lewis in. Where's Max? Is he definitely stopping? This is crucial now. Coming out, race out the pits. Race out the pits. Oh, he's fucking hell. Jeez, Ferrari, you best flipping hope this car restarts because Russell is ahead of Lewis Hamilton now. We need this race to go. Let's see what happened to Max. We need... Oh, he's just lost the... Oh, horrible from Max Verstappen. Yes, Archives, Ferrari shenanigans. We've seen this before. Oh, the back end just... We need one more racing lap. We've heard that in 29. Heard that before, isn't it? Give us one more racing lap. We've heard that drama. Let's, if we get there, this is fucking shit. Unbelievable. Oh, Max, that's so unlucky. A really nice P3. I mean, this is not looking good for Kimi Antonelli, isn't it? It rains, it freaking pours. You were doing so well. I mean, will we get one racing lap? I mean, with lap 50, Charles has to go as slow as shit to just make sure this Red Bull gets off track. So we get another lap. How Ferrari pitted? You've got 4 laps to the end. If you've got cars to unlap as well. Lewis, yellow flag infringement. That doesn't help him at all, does it? I can fucking drop down miles back, that Lewis. Not even just a second place. He could be off the podium if that comes through. Absolute kick in the teeth. We've got Charles Leclerc right under the nose. Antonelli is currently P9, but with this safety car, it's going to be a safety car finish, isn't it? I can't see it any other way. Track limit penalty. Oh, Antonelli, not happy about his 5-second penalty. I'm not happy about this Ferrari strategy at the moment. And if Lewis gets a penalty, he's off the freaking podium. It made absolute sense to pit Charles Leclerc. I mean, the issue that you've got Ferrari is if Lewis didn't pit, George would have. And then you've got him set on fresh tyres. Do we get one racing lap? Do we unlap the cars? Just get on with it. Sir Mo Farah is a runner, long-distance runner, won a few marathons. Enjoy Soup Archives. Jeez. Are we going to get a Ferrari 1-3? Get the car off the track. Let's have one more racing lap. Let's have it. Come on. Has he lifted enough under the yellow flags? This is going to be a kick in the teeth if he gets another penalty to Lewis, who's got something upset with it. Russell with a puncture is now ending fucking P2. Unbelievable look for George Russell. It's almost like gone from bad to great, where with 15 laps to go when he had that puncture, Antonelli was hunting down for the win, and it's all gone pear-shaped within 2 laps. Max, well, first we got Kimi Antonelli strapped for the next 2 laps. I need max power. Come on, guys. Just get on with it. How is the safety car still going around? Get in. Lap cars can overtake. We might get a lap. They don't have to wait for them to catch the pack. Just get them out. Give them a 10 seconds and just go. Safety car, just get off. We need one racing lap. That's what Lewis needs. Oh, safety car, safety car. Jeez. Come on, guys. Get a move on. It's taking you a lap too long. They could have got this lap cars out the way 2 laps ago. Why do they wait when they think, oh, the track's clear now, let's get the lap cars out the way? Oh, it's shite for Max Verstappen. A podium was so deserved. A P4 even was so well deserved. He won for a podium anyway, wasn't he? Because it was a... Well, was it? It was a P4 anyway, but it was really well deserved, whatever it was for Max Verstappen. After Kimi Antonelli's DNF, it was a podium for him. And the Ferrari 1-2 with Max 3 is a solid result. Brilliant drive from Max Verstappen. Right, get the safety car in now. 1 lap shootout. It's a battery shootout. Fresher tyres. Lewis on the softs. Mediums for Russell. Come on, guys. Get rid of this flipping safety car. Just give us a safety car in 1 lap now. Yes, safety car ending. We're going to get a lap. Oh, we should have got 2 laps. Lewis has heard that and just straight onto the back of George Russell. Antonelli's P9 as things stand, but he's got a 5-second penalty. This is going to be dramatic. Come on, guys. Safety car in. We're going to get 1 racing lap. We need... Fuck the FIA. Did you not want 1 racing lap archives? We're finishing behind the safety. Redeployed. Oh, I can see why you said that. Fuck the FIA. Oh, my God. This is the final lap. Why? How have they flopped that? Unbelievable. A beeping machine. Yeah, Marlon Brundles has peed at everybody. What is the safety car lap doing still out? Oh, my God. How you fucked that up, FIA. There's no 2 ways about it. Sorry for the language, guys, but geez, that is an absolute shit show. There's no 2 ways about it. How have you not got 1 racing lap? There's nobody out on the fucking track. Just get on with it. Oh, my God. That is infuriating. Kimi Antonelli out the points. George Russell, the luckiest man on the planet. Was it him screening? Are they paying Toto Wolff back there now with that call? Safety car can do whatever the fuck it likes its lap, doesn't it? Who gives a shit where it goes? Genuinely, that is the most frustrating thing. We thought we got the excitement of 1 more racing lap. How the hell have we done that? How? Oh, this is... Yeah, bet Mylander for the win. I don't know, mate. I'm sorry, Kimi, but that is piss poor. There's no 2 ways about it. That is an absolute shit show, FIA. There's no way... There's nobody out on track. Nobody did win. You're right there, Kimi. Phoenix. Kimi. Jeez. How annoying is that? It was a Ferrari 1-2, and we would have had a great battle because George would have gone back quick on old mediums. Charles Leclerc takes the flag, and no downer on him, though, because he's been, without doubt, phenomenal A brilliant win for him and Ferrari. Everybody's going to cross the line as they were. Kimi Antonelli goes down because of his 5-second penalty, but George Russell finishes second. It's a Charles Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton podium. Leclerc, that kind of sucked, to be honest. Yeah, it did Primcat, didn't it? Oh, fuming. Absolutely fuming. FIA wins the race. Can get fucked for all I care. That was absolutely dog shit of a finish to the race. We could have had a cracker, but they've done it again where they just have no idea. I'd really like to know an explanation of where they've got that from. Was that Toto on the radio saying, I need payback for 21 because we need this podium for Russell? He was off it. I think he would have got killed by Lewis, and he would have sitting duck to Norris as well. The race was fun. It was a brilliant race. What an ending. Dramatic. We would have lost out with the battle with Leclerc and Kimi Antonelli because of a Merc flop. Again, another Mercedes breaks down. Russell can be counting his lucky stars. He went from pitting with flat tyre and then, or deflating tyre. Kept his head. Great battle with Max Verstappen. And then, well, Kimi Antonelli's car breaks and Max Verstappen in the gravel. FIA, as I said, the house wins the house. Yeah, I think you're right on that one, Archives. They always win. FIA wins and F1 loses. Absolutely. There's no two ways about that. Russell not happy with the straight line. Toto straight on to George saying, don't criticize this car. That was... George is aiming for the wrath of Toto, isn't he? I think that's why he's not really Toto's golden son. He does criticize Merc and a little bit here and there, and Toto is a bit sensitive to that, isn't he? He doesn't really like the open air criticism. He's very, very on it, quickly cuts that stuff down. Any team criticism, absolutely. I mean, he's a team manager, I guess. You don't want to take the criticism, not in public, do it behind closed doors. Makes sense, but it's a bit corporate. And as fans, you just want to hear the realness out of the driver's mouth. Wow. I agree with you there on Archives. Absolutely. 100% that comment. Insane beginning. Great racing. We got a little bit robbed of the Kimi Antonelli Charles Leclerc battle. We got I don't know if there was enough of a pace between Max and Lewis at the end, because the laps were disappearing and there was only, I mean, still had 6 or 7 seconds to Max. No news on this Lewis yellow flag. It was investigated after the race, apparently. That was the most disappointing ending to a Grand Prix after what was a really, really good Grand Prix. And I think that's what's the kick in the teeth here, isn't it? Great racing. Max Verstappen was brilliant. Kimi Antonelli, brilliant. Charles Leclerc, brilliant. Lewis Hamilton was racy. George Russell was shit, but ends up second. Lando Norris comes home fourth. A good result for him in the McLaren. I think they didn't quite have the pace. Showed some promise at one point, but they just couldn't keep that up. Great result for Liam Lawson, Arvid Lindblad, 6th and 7th. Great job. Gabby Bortoletto as well, P8. Obviously picked up the extra 2 positions because of the DNF, but was in there with a point. Franco Colapinto, what a drive from him, you've got to say. He's in the points in the end, but he's made up 10 places. He was 19th, he started this Grand Prix. Gone under the radar a hell of a lot. I mean, he could be driver of the day, couldn't he? I'm joking, but he's hell of a drive. We've not seen him at all in the Grand Prix, Franco, but he's gone from P19 to P9. That doesn't happen for fun. Yes, we had a few virtual safety cars. Yeah. Pedals, well, not after the race penalty is going to be an after race investigation on the yellows. And when they're top three, they're pretty rapid and just giving them out. So I don't think he'll get it. But never say never. But if he does get a penalty, it's 5 seconds. He finishes P15, 14. Norris saying Lewis is overtaking everybody. Maybe get disqualified. Great racing at the end, shy ending, but what a Grand Prix. Let's see what happens with Lewis on that yellow. Norris believes there is, but Lewis is on the podium. We can't have this. We can't keep doing these investigations. Just get it over and done with. He either was going fast in the yellows or he wasn't. We don't need a whole... Just make a decision. Have a whole kitty party about it. Get around the table. Like that bloody safety car. It should have been up 2 laps before. There was nobody on track. The car was gone. The tractor was gone. And why they redeployed it, for what reason, there's absolutely... Just got on with it. FIA need to investigate themselves. We know that won't happen. That's not the first time we've said that all season. Absolutely agree with you on that one, Pribcat. It's not fair to anybody. Oh, I'm fuming after a great race. It's so disappointing when you feel like shit after a great Grand Prix. I genuinely do. Got robbed a little bit there. Mercedes robbed Kimi Antonelli. Another car, another race victory. He was 3 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, flying about a second lap faster. Kimi for the win. I wouldn't have minded that with Kimi, Leclerc, and Lewis. I'd be pretty happy with that. But Leclerc, Kimi, and Lewis on the podium was a great result as well. Charles Leclerc, top step. Welcome back, Charles Leclerc. Great race from him. His first stint was phenomenal. Leclerc, not the ending he wanted. Yeah, not the ending we all wanted. Like that to hear that from him. All the work that we've done to get to the feeling back in the car. He's found something yesterday. He confirmed it. Got the feeling back in the car. Happy days. Spa will be big. Reset, come out fighting. This is the race Charles Leclerc needed, isn't it? We've been hating him on a little bit, but he's been brilliant. There's no 2 ways about. Well done, Charles. Happy with that. Ferrari win. George looking smug. Little shit. Sorry, any George fans that are watching this. Got lucky there, didn't he? Might lose a few fans for that. Credit where credit is. He just kept it together and he kept it on track and he's got a P2. You ride your luck. Super happy that it's finished under the safety car, won't he? Said tyres were stone cold, so he was dropping right back. Russell was nowhere in this Grand Prix again. He's been put to shame by Kimi Antonelli because he was going for the win. And Russell was comfortably, at time, 3-4 tenths off the pace. And Russell was saying the Ferrari guys look quick. Only to you, mate, because your teammate was the fastest man of track again, wasn't he? Hunting down Charles Leclerc. His stint in the first was brilliant, going 35 laps. Came out, what was just 7 seconds to Leclerc. He was hunting Leclerc down. Lewis What's the hashtag today, Kimmy? Hashtag grateful. Is that it? Hashtag grateful. Grateful to be up here. He'd be kicking himself, man. It's a Ferrari one too. Yeah, there he is. Mercedes is fragile. Showing it again. That was a victory on the cards. Toto can't be happy with this. Engine before. This is something completely different. Car falling apart. Lewis grateful. Championship is getting tight. Everybody that was giving it Kimi Antonelli, man, the guy is the fastest man on track. Charles Antonelli. We said it was very difficult to keep. Would have been difficult to keep Antonelli back, says Charles. Yeah, I love the honesty from this guy. Leclerc also skeptical about the restart. Cold tyres. I feel like they all had cold tyres, but I think George Russell's would have been cold with the old mediums and the harder compound. I bet Norris is kicking himself because it would have been a podium again. Norris can be happy with that. Come to the home Grand Prix, nicked a podium in the sprint, and it's a P4 in the main race. It didn't look on. Max, I feel sorry for Max Verstappen as well, to be honest. Down to a T, that Kimmy. Classic Lewis comments when it comes to hashtag grateful. Yeah. Well, there we go. That is the interview's done. We've got the podium ceremony coming up. I'll do a quick race reaction after this. But enjoy the. Let's see what they're still talking about this. They let the back markers go, and then why did they? Let's see what the reason was for the safety car. That's something that the FIA will they make a statement on that? They don't sort of investigate themselves when they do cock-ups like that, do they? It's like when they did the mess up with the lights. We've got the Cool Down podcast. George Russell, Lewis. Russell saying he's surprised they didn't restart. I was just going to end this one, but we'll carry on. Can hear me waffle on for a bit longer. Leclerc, Russell. Russell was dog slow, no speed. Two Ferraris way well. They've rectified that from the sprint. Nothing yet about Max, unfortunately, Prim. I think driver of the day should be almost Kimi Antonelli, shouldn't he? 35 laps on that mediums that he did. Absolutely phenomenal. There's a few there, isn't there, that's not finished? Kimi, Max, Oh, like there's a double snack. They've just shown a replay of Max, and they're all saying it's a bit weird that. They are wondering if it's headwind on Max. Lewis is a missing member on this podcast. Oh, he's just watching. No comment. Is that just hashtag blessed? Now we break away from the cool down room. Well, thank you for the watch along, guys. I'll be doing a race reaction video. So watch out for that. I think the FIA might feature heavily on that one. But great result, great drive, Charles Leclerc, well-deserved win. It was on, potentially if Kimi had not broken down, I think it would have been a second place, but I think it'll be still very happy return to the podium for Charles Leclerc, regardless of that. Kicking the teeth for Kimi Antonelli, kicking the teeth for Max Verstappen, both drove phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal drives for the pair of them. A win was on for Kimi, and once Kimi's dropped out, a podium was on for Max Verstappen, and I think that was beyond his wildest dreams when he heard his interviews pre-race. He wasn't looking out for much, not much hope anywhere, so absolutely brilliant from him. George Russell had an eventful race, didn't have the pace, then a puncher, and then manages somehow to finish P2. This race finished behind a safety car. That was the biggest disappointment because we had one more racing lap and we would have probably seen another Ferrari 1-2 and potentially a Nando 3, and he might have even got a Ferrari, who knows. After the whole battery blast that we would have got for one flying lap. If you've not liked, please hit the like button. If you're new, please subscribe. It'd be massively appreciated. Thank you guys for joining, commenting along. Kimi, Primka, Pedals, The Cluck, Archives, welcome back. Joining me again. I'll be back for the watch along for Spa. There will be a driver ratings video coming in the middle of the week, probably Tuesday, for a driver ratings video, possibly early Wednesday, and then we'll get a preview for Spa, and that will be Wednesday the week after. So that was the plan for now. I might surprise you with something else if anything else pops up. Enjoy the a week break, 2-week break, isn't it? You've got 1 weekend of loneliness and no F1 and no me to watch before we head to Spa, which is another absolute classic. It's a cracker. Looking forward to that one. The battery will be an interesting one there. There's a big long straights, but there are some more braking zones, but more flowy corners, and be interesting to see what the Ferraris can do there. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you guys. Catch you on the next one. There will be the reaction coming soon. So if you want, you can stick around, or it'll pop up anyway. It's not going to be a live. But you can enjoy the rest of the podium celebrations and the interviews after this one. But there we have it. A brilliant win for Ferrari. A double Ferrari podium, 1 and 3. They were meant to struggle around here in Silverstone, some told me. But they've done it. A brilliant, brilliant Grand Prix. A brilliant result for the Ferraris. And a Mercedes on there. A disappointing one for the Red Bulls as well. But thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheers, guys. Over and out.